What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Today, what the hell am I doing? Oh yeah, I just want to do like a part 2 on why you should carry a 1911. It's been a couple of years since I made that video, and honestly, whenever I made that, I couldn't even legally carry. Now I'm 21. My birthday is a couple months away. I'm almost 22. And I've been carrying 1911 ever since I turned 21. I actually bought, this is a Sig Sauer 1911. I'll show it off a little bit. I bought this the first week I turned 21, and I've been carrying it ever since. And I guess I'll just go into a little bit of story. On my last video, I believe it was a Kimber Master Carry Pro. Okay, Jesus, I got the name right. I'm sorry I got it wrong in the last video. So many people were giving me shit about that, but I guess I got it right in this video, so it's okay now. But anyway, I had that Master Carry Pro. I was having issues with it. The gun freaking would not feed like hollow points. It barely fed ball ammo most of the time. So if you're gonna buy a Kimber, I mean, geez, don't buy any of their smaller 1911s. None of their commander size or ultras. I have a couple full size of their 1911s. They run just fine, but their smaller 1911s, I've had issues with them. I sent it back to Kimber and it came back and it still had the same exact problem. It was not feeding reliably. It would stovepipe. It wouldn't eject rounds at the right time and all this bullshit. So, I mean, I understand why people hate on Kimber now. I get it. I didn't really understand it before, but now I get it. I get what you're saying. So I went out and I bought this Sig 1911. It's the first gun I bought when I was 21. I've been carrying it for a couple months now. I'm going to just tell you what I think about it, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. Just my general thoughts on the Sig Sauer 1911. So let's get into it right now. So, of course, we'll check it. Oh my God! He had a loaded gun! He didn't safety check his gun before the video. Shut up, okay? I've been dealing with guns for a very long time. I've been carrying them for a long time, even though... Anyway, I've been carrying them for a long time. I've shot 1911 for a long time. Guns meant to have bullets in it. That's the way I carry them. With a 1911, of course, you want to have it cocked and locked. That's how it was designed. That's how John Browning designed it. So, of course, you'll have one in the chamber, and then you'll flip the safety up and put it on safe. So the Sig 1911, what do I like about it? First of all, I'll tell you what I like about it. It seems like it's a very high quality handgun. You know, all the parts are really smooth in it. This gun, I've broken it in. I've shot, I want to say close to 1,000 rounds through it. I broke it in, didn't have any issues through the break-in period. Usually with 1911s, you have like about a 500 round break-in period. This gun didn't have any issues during that period. Magazine side, didn't find any magazines that didn't work in it. All my magazines worked well. I've got Chip McCormick, Wilson's, Colt, Ruger, Kimber, Sig. They all worked fine in this one. So, you know, it's been 100% reliable. I've shot different kinds of hollow points through it. Corbon, Winchester PDX, Federal. The Sig Sauer, it really likes the Sig Sauer ammo. They're like V-Crown 230 grain hollow points. That's actually what I've got in this gun right now, I think. If I could fucking zoom in on that. Okay, it's not going to happen. But this is their V-Crown, which is a 230 grain bullet. What I really like about this hollow point compared to other ones, I don't know if I have. Let me check this magazine right up here, actually. I think I've got some Winchester in this one. I don't know, this is just ball ammo. So, backup mag, and this is a Savoy leather holster. If you're gonna buy a 1911, I strongly suggest you buy this kind of holster. It's super comfortable. When you first get it, you're gonna have to put your gun in there and leave it in for a couple days just so the leather gets used to the gun, the size of it and stuff. Whenever I first got it, it was a pretty tight fit, but now, I mean, now it rides in and out super smooth. It also comes with a mag pouch here on the side, which I think is really cool. Not a lot of your 1911 holsters will come with that, so you either have to run a separate pouch like on the side or something if you want to carry an extra mag, or just throw it in your pocket. I like how they put this right here integrated into the holster, and this, as you can see, it kind of, when you get it, it already has kind of a contour to the body, if you would. So over time, whenever the leather heats up and you carry it a bunch, it will actually, you know, form to the shape of your body. That's why I really like leather holsters. With Kydex, you know, yeah, they're convenient and you can get your gun easy, but they're not really good for concealed carry, in my opinion, just because they don't really form to you exactly. Now, I might be off on that. There might be some innovative company out there that has some kind of special grade Kydex that will, whenever it heats up, it forms to your body or some shit. But for me, in a 1911, I like the leather holsters. They work great. So with this SIG, I'll just show off. This is the Nightmare model. It's commander size, so that's a 4 1/4 inch barrel. You have a black gun that's coated in their nitrate coating, so it's sweat resistant, water resistant, so your gun doesn't rust. It's of course that black finish, and you have stainless steel accents, so everything is in this kind of stainless steel finish. And fuck it. Okay, that's not working. So stainless steel, which is kind of cool. I like the aesthetics of this gun. It looks pretty cool. It also has night sights, which I like for a carry gun. Like I said in my last video, I think that's a definite must. You got to be, I mean, at night you got to be able to see your sights, and you know, you might be able just to point and shoot, but having the availability to see your sights at night, I think that's a great option to have. This gun does come with bobtailing, or I think they call it like Sig calls it like fastback, whatever the fuck it is. But most of the time it's called like bobtailing. So that's like when people were saying this on my last video that I called it bobtailing, and the reason it was bobtailing is so it wouldn't grab on your clothes whenever you draw it. Some guy had to come explain to me how that was wrong, and it's really supposed so you get a good grip on the gun, you can shoot it a lot better. Okay, you can say that, but on SIG's website, they specifically say that it's so it doesn't grab on shit. So you can say all the fucking shit you want, but I'm still going to tell you what I think, and that's what I think. I think they made this so it doesn't grab on stuff when you draw it. Okay, so there's that. It has checkering on the front. The checkering on the front is actually pretty aggressive. I have a Kimber 1911. It's got checkering. It's not as aggressive as this. Whenever you shoot either the V Crown or the Winchester PDX, you know, it's got a little more oomph to it. You can definitely feel it in the grip. If you shoot a whole magazine of hollow points through this thing, your hand will turn red, and the checkering kind of really grips into your hand. I hadn't really noticed that until I actually started really putting through hollow points in this gun. It's not a big issue for me. I still like the checkering. You know, you gotta keep into account. You carry a gun, you know, and you know the odds of you actually getting into an altercation are super, super low. But you know, if you do have to shoot, you're probably only going to shoot a couple of rounds, so it's not a huge deal for me. It's got checkering on the back right here, which is pretty cool. Just so you can, you know, get a little bit better grip on the gun whenever you're gripping it. It does have a speed bump right here. That's just for the grip safety. So if you just kind of put your hand on there. A lot of people don't like the grip safety because they're like, oh, you got to get a good grip on the gun so you can shoot it. Well, the speed bump helps with that. You could literally just press it down like that and then shoot it with your finger if you wanted to. So there's that. Let's see. It's got the Commander hammer, skeletonized. Pretty cool. Cuts a little bit on weight. It's not like your typical like spur hammer from the older 1911s. You have a skeletonized trigger, which cuts a little weight as well. Sig 1911, what I don't like about it, the triggers are absolutely terrible. I don't know who the fuck is doing the triggers over there at Sig, but they got to get their shit together. The Sig 1911s have terrible triggers. I'm going to continue to say that, and I'll always say that until they have fixed something. I've bought Ruger 1911s that are $700, you know, and this is like over $1,000 gun, and their triggers are better. I don't understand. Now I understand Sig is trying to get to that certain price point and appeal to that certain market. You know, they have the bobtailing and the checkering, and the gun looks cool with the stainless steel and the skeletonized triggers. But if you have a 1911 that's got a terrible trigger, I mean, you're taking out one of the greatest things going for a 1911, which are their triggers. Their triggers are supposed to be really good. You got a single action gun, so you're supposed to have really good triggers in a 1911. And this is a heavy 1911 trigger. I don't understand why they don't put better triggers in their guns. I don't support them for cutting corners in the trigger area. Now, they might say, well, this is a carry gun, and you don't want to accidentally have a round go off. If you're not putting your finger in the trigger guard and pulling the trigger, the round's not going to go off. Just goes to practice. You got to practice some more. If you're going to carry a gun, you got to be serious about it. I mean, I've gotten to the point where my muscle memory is to the point where I'm pretty good about drawing it and taking the safety off and make sure and I got a good feel on the trigger and get a good squeeze off. But there's still room for practice. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway, so. What else to say about this? Like I said, it's a 4 1/4 inch gun. Another thing I don't like about it. Sig does their own kind of flare on the 1911. As you can see, it's got an external extractor. Some other points, it freaking is a little bit thicker than a traditional Colt 1911, which is something I don't like. After carrying it a whole bunch, I've noticed little things, and that's just kind of one of the little things I've noticed. It's not a huge deal, but you carry it a bunch, you notice it, and this is probably my last Sig I'll buy ever. I don't like that it's a little bit thicker. That's another thing that's going for the 1911 is the slim profile of it. I understand they want to have their own style of 1911. They don't want to be like everybody else, but you're attacking two major points that everybody loves about 1911: the trigger squeeze and the slim profile of it. And in my opinion, you really want to hit those points hard and really up them and show everybody, oh, it's got a nice trigger, it's super slim to carry and all this. But Sig's going to do whatever they do. I'm not bashing Sig, but I did wish it was a little bit slimmer and did have a better trigger. But overall on this gun, I've been super happy about it as far as reliability goes. Like I said, I broke it in, didn't have any issues. It feeds ball ammo just fine. I've shot, I don't know how many reloads I've shot through this, and it runs just fine. Another thing I do like is the external extractor. I know that's not traditional to the original 1911, but a lot of people, I've done some research on it, and a lot of people say with an external extractor, they're easier to replace, they're easier to tune, you don't have as many issues with them. So there is that. I kind of like the look of the internal extractors, but it's a Sig. It already looks weird, so it's not a big issue for me. It looks weird compared to a traditional 1911, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is my 1911. I love carrying it. I love carrying the 45. A lot of people my age, they don't even carry a gun or not into guns at all. Or when they do carry a gun, they're into 9mm that are Glocks or whatever, polymer guns. And they're just something like if I showed an old dude that, hey man, I'm carrying a 1911, man, that's like automatic, bro points right there. He's like, damn, this kid knows what's going on. He's carrying a 1911. So I like that kind of part about it. I also, like I said, I love the 45 caliber. It's 1911. It shoots really well in it. You got a big bullet going through 230 grains, which is good. A lot of people say like, oh, the 45, like 9mm, there's new bullets out and stuff like that. Well, if you got 124 grain compared to a 230 grain, I mean, what do you think is going to hit a little harder? I mean, it's like hammers compared to sledgehammers, in my opinion. But people are going to talk shit all the time about 9mm versus 45 and all this stuff. Like, when it comes down to it, like, you carry what you like. And you shoot, the gun that you shoot the best is probably the gun you should carry. 'Cause that's all, it's about hitting something, right? So it doesn't matter if you got a freaking 50 cal, if you can't hit shit with it. I mean, what's the point of having it, right? I mean, it goes here and there with it. But anyway, oh shit, okay. So this is my my part 2 video on why carry 1911. And you should carry a 1911 because it's a great handgun. I know it's been around a very long time, but the gas engine has been around a very long time. We still use that. I mean, people can say all these things, but it is what it is. So if you haven't shot a 1911, I really encourage you to if you have a range nearby, go out and rent a gun, rent a 1911, buy some 45 ammo, and just try it out. Just give it a chance. I think a lot of people who shoot the 1911 for the first time and 45, they really enjoy it, and I think it's a gun that anybody can shoot. I've seen guys and girls both shoot the 1911 and they like it. You know, you got a steel frame gun, so it's pretty heavy. It's got some weight to it. That might be a con that's not the best for a 1911, especially in this kind of rig where you got a mag and you got a steel gun and a full mag in there. It is a little bit heavy. That is a con of it, but it's not a big issue for me. I'm not walking miles, to where I got to worry about weight, right? So there's that. But like I said, give the 1911 a chance. Just go out and try it, see what you think about it. What else am I gonna say? So yeah, 1911. If you are into 1911s, you understand what I'm talking about. So if you like the video, please like it. If you don't like it, then please don't like it. And if you want to post hate comments, please do that as well. I love hate comments because it brings more traffic to the comment section, brings more traffic to the channel, more to the video. So if you got some shit to say, please state your opinion down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. So this is my Sig 1911, why I carry 1911. Hope you guys liked the video, and thank you for watching.